Hello, you know the drill. Hi guys, you know the drill. Lisa, hello, how are you? It's been a while since I've come live, but you know life has been lifing. So I come live when I can. Let's see. Hmm. Hey Sabrina. Lisa, I'm doing okay. Um, ego, please. Ego. So I'm just waiting until a few more viewers get here, then I'll get into the news. Until then, let's get to 1,000 likes real quick. Rapid tap, everybody. Let's go. Let's get to 1,000 likes real quick so the live can reach on other people's For You pages. Outdoor Dude, hi, hello. For lunch, I had sweet baby Ray brown stew chicken, a finger of boiled banana, and 2 small pieces of yam, and a vegetable salad. Outdoor Dude, my day was okay. How was yours? We're almost at 1,000 likes, guys. Let's go. We're almost there. Almost there. And I'm just waiting for a few more folks to get here, then I'll start the news. If you are here on YouTube and you have not yet subscribed, please do so. Thank you. It's 7:41. I'm going to start the news at 7:43. Ooh, or 7:44. I'm just giving folks a few more minutes to get here. Hello, Dwayne. Hi, Derek. My day was okay. How was yours? Alexander Smith, hi. Getting ready for work. Okay. I hope you have a productive day or night. Orlia, good night. Dwayne, good night. All right, let's get into it, yeah? Quite a few stories here. So, this is what's been happening in the news. All right. I remember, Georgia, hello. And the news stories are in no particular order. Detectives assigned to the Trelawney Police Division have charged a 34-year-old teacher with unlawful wounding following a fight in his district. Charged is Giovanni Johnson of Stettin District, Albertown, Trelawney. Reports from the Falmouth Police are that on Saturday about 3 p.m., a man was at a bar among a group of people when Johnson entered and an argument developed between the two. The argument became physical, and during the altercation, Johnson allegedly used an object to hit the complainant to the right side of his head, causing a wound that bled. A report was later made to the police, and Johnson was subsequently arrested and charged for the offense. His court date is being arranged. Pinchers, hello, I'm good. Ajay, I haven't gotten there yet. The police are probing the circumstances surrounding the shooting death of a man whose body was found in a car on the Duns River Main Road in Oteria, St. Anne on Sunday, April 6. The deceased has been identified as 47-year-old Conroy Hill, otherwise known as Bigga, a higgler from Roaring River, Stairtown in the parish. According to reports from the Oterias police, the discovery was made around 12:10 a.m. when passers-by noticed the parked Toyota Voxy motor vehicle along the roadway and summoned lawmen. Upon their arrival, Hill was seen in the driver's seat, slumped over to the front passenger seat. The scene was processed and the body was later removed to the morgue. Investigations are ongoing. All right, and we're going down the line. Marlon, hello, good night. All right. A 56-year-old. Oh, you got the parrot? That's awesome. I'm happy to hear that. A 56-year-old bus driver has been charged with abduction of a child under 16 years old and grievous sexual assault following an incident in his community on April 2. He has been identified as Leroy Powell, otherwise called Jimmy, a resident of Viola Drive, Longville Park in Clarendon. According to reports from the Mapen police, about 4 p.m., the teen entered a coaster bus that was operated by Powell. He reportedly dropped off the other passengers and then assaulted the teen inside the bus. He then reportedly left the girl near her home. The teenager informed a family member of the incident, and a report was later made to the police. On April 4, Powell was arrested. He was questioned and subsequently charged for the offenses. His court date is being finalized. Jennifer, good night. And this happened, this incident, April 5. When was April 5? April 5 was a Saturday. All right. Oh God, I'm tired. Four people have reportedly died in an early morning crash on the Rio Nuevo main road in St. Mary. The deceased individuals are said to be males. Reports are that the driver of a Mercedes-Benz motorcar with three other males aboard failed to properly negotiate a right curve heading towards Ocho Rios. The police are continuing their investigations. Vice Chairman of the National Road Safety Council, Dr. Lucian Jones, reacting to the news of the crash, described it as both shocking and horrendous. Hi, Alice. No phone, don't know, good man. That's a very random statement. How does that fit into what we're talking about? Original clips. Hello. All right, and we're going down the line. A second man has died following Friday evening's drive-by shooting on Hart Street in Montego Bay. He has been identified as 27-year-old security guard Malik McDonald of a Hart Street address. His death follows that of 29-year-old Exodus Dunkley of Flagstaff in the parish. Both men were reportedly part of a group that was at the intersection of Hart Street and Coronaldi Avenue when a silver Toyota Axio motorcar drove up. Men alighted from the vehicle armed with high-powered rifles and opened fire at the group. They then escaped the scene in a waiting vehicle. When the shooting subsided, 7 individuals were found to be suffering from gunshot wounds. They were taken to hospital where Dunkley was pronounced dead. McDonald was admitted in serious condition and later succumbed to his injuries hours later. The police say they are looking at different leads in the matter and are urging individuals to come forward to assist in the investigation. Shortly after the shooting, the police in Barnett Street were called to deal with another matter where 2 men were shot. One man has subsequently died and the other is in hospital. Rum Warrior, hello. All right, and we're going down the line, yeah? The 2 suspects arrested over the last 48 hours in connection with the ongoing investigation into a $47.5 million phishing scam at the National Commercial Bank, NCB, have been charged. Charged are 25-year-old Avinish Isaacs of Cassava Peace, Kingston, and 24-year-old Nikisha Coote of Gregory Park, Portmore. They are both charged with breaches of the Cybercrime Act, acquisition of criminal property, engaging in a transaction involving criminal property, facilitating the use of criminal property, accessing a program or data held in a computer with the intent to commit an offense, and conspiracy to defraud. Isaacs and Coote were arrested Thursday and Wednesday following early morning operations conducted by agents of the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency, MOCA, and officers from the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF. The latest charges bring to 14 the number of persons charged so far in connection with the massive cybercrime which fleeced NCB customers of over $47 million. The offenses took place between April and June 2022 when members of an organized crime syndicate targeted 16 NCB accounts in a phishing scam and transferred the funds to a number of beneficiaries' accounts. Ah, boy. From 2022, and think them get away with it and say, now in 2025, them get catch. Guys, do not engage in criminal activities, yeah? Just don't. Devon MT, good night. Klein, hi, good night. Shamara Danielle, you're watching from St. Martin. Thank you for tuning in. Angie Angel, I'm good, how are you? Tavane, good night. Why am I stuffy? All right, and we are moving on.
Good night.
Yeah, let's go down. Anonymous. Good night. All right. Andrew, move down the line. Dwayne, thank you. 3 men are dead following a police operation in Grange Hill, Westmoreland on Monday. 2 weapons, a Taurus G pistol and a Browning with ammunition, were allegedly seized during the incident. Reports are that around 4:30 a.m., the police went on a targeted raid in the community of Top Lincoln in Grange Hill when the incident took place. It is reported that the 3 men were shot and injured. They were taken to the hospital where they were pronounced dead. All right, we're going down the line. The Jamaica Public Service, JPS, on Monday led a joint hurricane simulation exercise built around a fictitious Category 4 hurricane named Kishane to test and strengthen emergency response coordination. The drill, which brought together national stakeholders, marked the first collaboration of its kind, uniting JPS, Flow, Digicel, the National Water Commission (NWC), the National Works Agency (NWA), and the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management (ODPEM). Focusing on the eastern section of the island, the simulation tested the entity's response during the first 72 hours following a major storm impact, an intense period often marked by widespread infrastructure damage, communication challenges, and full grid shutdowns. JPS says it conceptualized the joint drill in recognition of the deeply interconnected nature of national infrastructure and essential services. President and CEO Hugh Grant emphasized the importance of the initiative, stating, "Preparedness is not optional, it's a necessity." Hello, Joy Plummer. Good night. JPS had faced backlash in 2024 regarding its response time following the passage of Hurricane Beryl. The company has since unveiled plans to significantly upgrade its infrastructure. JPS will carry out additional drills over the coming weeks. One sec. Then we're going to say some lip gloss.
Within the tube thing.
Joy, thank you. I will. Let me just add some moisture to the lips before I move on. Pedrodon, good night. All right, let's see where we're at. All right, let me close these tabs. All right. The government has allocated $1.5 billion for a quarterly road patching program set to begin in May. The program will prioritize main thoroughfares and high-trafficked corridors, community and parish roads in need of urgent repairs, and damage-prone areas affected by recent weather events. In a statement on Monday, the government said the aim of the program is to improve road conditions and ensure safer, smoother travel for motorists and pedestrians across the island. Minister with responsibility for works, Robert Morgan, stated that with quarterly disbursements, the initiative will provide ongoing maintenance throughout the year, addressing road degradation before it worsens. The program will see a phased rollout to ensure efficiency and maximize impact. What they also need to do is do these road repairs at night when people gone at them yard, gone at them bed. Stop fix road when a peak hour traffic time and just make things worse on the road. Yes, I've heard complaints about criminals coming to, what's the word I'm looking for? To extort them. Extort the road workers. I mean, I saw shot of police, we can't have a couple police on night shift feel like out there at night time because if you patch road 7 o'clock a morning time when people are trying to go work. Oh God. Come on. Or 4 or 5 o'clock when people are left work, even when the whole of Jamaica had left Kingston at evening time. Come on. Hello, O'Shane. But anyways, road them a fix. We're glad. We're grateful. Alright, good night. Captain, good night. Sean, good night. Alright. I need a new work. I don't understand that statement. Alright. Now this story is something else. A 28-year-old taxi operator and a 15-year-old female student have been jointly charged with murder as police point to an alleged love triangle. Danica Williamson and the teen, both of Whitehall Avenue in Kingston, are facing charges of murder, conspiracy to murder, possession of a prohibited weapon, and unauthorized possession of ammunition following the shooting death of a man on Swansea Avenue in the parish on Monday, March 24. The deceased has been identified as 25-year-old Kennarda Thompson of Bond Street, Kingston 14. Allegations are that both adult men, 125 and 128, were involved in intimate relationships with the underage teen girl, 15-year-old, and Williamson and the teen allegedly orchestrated a plan to kill Thompson. The Constant Spring Police reported that about 11 a.m. on March 24, the teenager reportedly lured Thompson to Swansea Avenue. Whilst walking along the roadway, Williamson, along with 2 men traveling in an orange Kia Picanto motor vehicle, drove up. They allegedly held Thompson and shot him several times before fleeing the scene. The police were alerted, and on their arrival, they observed the vehicle speeding away. They managed to intercept the vehicle and apprehended Williamson as he attempted to escape over a wall. The teenager was apprehended by the police on Tuesday. The duo was charged on Wednesday, and their court date is being arranged. Irma, yes, these are tested glasses. Cinti, the selector, thank you. Yeah, Sean, I haven't been live in a while. Yeah, I haven't been live in a while. Life has been lifing, man. All right, we're going down the line. Also, just a reminder, the lobster season is closed. It closed on April 1 until June 30. If you're caught with lobster during the close season, you will pay a fine of up to $3 million or spend 2 years in jail. So leave the lobster them alone, make them reproduce and breed up in peace. Yeah? Anonymous, I don't know why big man them not let little pin them alone, make them grow and enjoy them childhood. Alright, let's go down the line. A 17-year-old boy and a 37-year-old man, both from Clarks Hill District, St. Andrew, have been charged after allegedly attacking a man they accused of harboring a stranger in the community. Mika, good night. Jerome Dixon, a Mason, has been charged with breaches of the Firearms Act and assault occasioning bodily harm, while the teenager has been charged with assault occasioning bodily harm. The incident occurred on the night of Monday, March 31. According to reports from the Stony Hill Police, about 7 p.m., Dixon and the teen approached a man and accused him of harboring a stranger in the community. Dixon allegedly pulled a firearm from his waistband and struck the man in the chest, while the 17-year-old reportedly used a machete to hit the man several times. The man managed to escape. Following a report of the incident, Dixon and the teen turned themselves into the police on Saturday, April 5. They were subsequently charged. Dixon is scheduled to appear before the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Wednesday, April 16, while the teenager is set to appear in court on Monday, May 5. Lady G, good night. Klein, yes, I'm from Mandeville. And in the world of sports, as you know, Grand Slam was over the weekend, and sprint hurdler Danielle Williams, a Jamaican, became the first Jamaican to win a Grand Slam title when she topped the standings in the women's short hurdles race group with 20 points at the National Stadium. Williams raced 11.54 seconds to place first in the women's 100 meters, picking up 12 points to add to her 8 points recorded the day before for her second place finish in the 100-meter hurdles event. Williams got the better of Tia Jones, who amassed 15 points, and Jamaican Akira Nugent, who finished third on 13. Williams also became the first Grand Slam challenger to win a race group title. And we're proud of our Danielle Williams, yeah? We are. And we're going back to news now, yeah? A mother has been charged by the St. Catherine Police for failing to report her 17-year-old son after he allegedly committed a crime against a minor. A mother has been charged by the St. Catherine Police for failing to report her 17-year-old son after he allegedly committed a crime against a minor. Yeah, man, start charge them, yes? A lot of mothers are enablers of boys. While them rough up a girl, put them and treat them bad, them cuddle boy them, broke them bad, and enable them behavior. Start charge them and start lock them up. Yeah. She is a 40-year-old higgler of Water Lane Junction and Toms River, St. Mary, and is charged with failure to report a crime to the Children Registry. Reports from the Spanish Town Police are that about 6:30 p.m. on Monday, March 24, the woman's son committed a crime on a minor, to which he was later arrested and charged. The alleged incident happened in Fairfield Crescent, Spanish Town. According to the police, the crime was committed knowingly to the mother, who failed to report it to the police or the Office of the Children Registry. On Friday, April 4, the mother was arrested and charged with the offense. She is scheduled to appear in the St. Catherine Parish Court on Tuesday, May 13. right, and we read this one already. A 22-year-old man pleaded guilty to fatally stabbing a co-worker at a construction site in Lake Spence, St. Catherine, and was on Friday sentenced to life imprisonment in the St. Catherine Circuit Court. Kishma Houghton was ordered by Justice Yvonne Brown to serve 15 years before being eligible for parole. Houghton was charged with the murder of 22-year-old Rayan Mendez of Spanish Town, St. Catherine. Facts are that on October 22, 2023, Houghton and Mendez were involved in a fight at the worksite. Sometime after the altercation during a lunch break, Houghton stabbed Mendez. Mendez was assisted to the Spanish Town Hospital where he later succumbed to his injuries. Houghton was arrested by detectives from the Portmore Criminal Investigation Branch and was subsequently charged with murder. Guys, let people talk, yeah? Let people say you're weak, you're soft, you don't have no use, you're an idiot, you're soft soap. Let people talk. It is better for you to walk away and have your life to live after that than you allow your anger and your ego to get the best of you, and you get caught up in arguments and fights with people and lose your 3 points over foolishness. Just saying. You know, catch me in no baga, no baga lipping, and no fighting or cas or argument with nobody. I'll give you the silent treatment and walk away. I value my life too much to make some mere mortal take it away from me over foolishness. Hey, Kaylee. The St. Catherine South Police have confirmed that the woman who was shot in Monday morning's attack in Marlymount Old Harbour in the parish has succumbed to her injuries. She has been identified as 20-year-old mother Daja May Wright of Marlymount. The police say about 4:40 a.m., Wright was at home with her 3-year-old child when persons posing as police personnel and who shouted police went to the house. Wright reportedly opened the door and was greeted with multiple gunshots. She was shot and injured in the upper body, and the child received gunshot wounds to the left leg. They were taken to hospital where Wright died while the child remains hospitalized. No motive has been established in the matter so far. The Old Harbour Criminal Investigations Branch is probing the matter. Oh, I'm drinking enough water today, just a little bit left for shell down after I eat my dinner, and then I would have consumed my half a gallon of water for the day. Yeah, I'm not answering the door and I need. I'm sorry. Amelia, you need opinion. You need opinion on what? Elevate, boy. Wish I knew. You mistakenly. I'm not sure what you're referring to. What's DS 2019? I'm not understanding what that is about. You mistakenly signed it with a pencil? Oh, I'm honestly not sure. Honestly not sure. All right. Jamaicans are being advised by the Bank of Jamaica, BOJ, that the old banknotes will no longer be legal tender effective Tuesday, July 1. This means that the old cotton $5,000, $1,000, $500, $100, and $50 banknotes cannot be used for transactions for goods and services after July 1. Jamaicans are being given the next 3 months to use the old notes. And people don't listen to understand, they just listen to respond and be disrespectful for no reason. Going ahead to disrespect the Prime Minister, saying, oh, them just change out the old money and them a change out the notes again, blah, blah, blah. Listen for understand, not just listen for respond. Listen the report in its entirety and use your brain. Listen. Them just change out the notes. Why them would change the new note them again? Now must the old note them I talk about? You know, if you listen. Listen for understand, not just for respond because you have data on your phone. Paul Burrell, hello. New money, good night. So after July 1, I accidentally sent an invitation to somebody. Please ignore that. So the old notes wanna have now, you guys have the next 3 months to use them. After July 1, it will no longer be legal tender. No, you can't use it for goods and services after July 1. So you have until July 1 to get rid of those notes. Members of the public can always visit the Bank of Jamaica to exchange the old notes for the new polymer banknotes, the one that we're currently using, the current new notes. Go to BOJ, change out the old notes for the new notes. Yeah? The change in the usage of banknotes does not affect coins. Coins stay as is. Elevate. You have a point. You have some old notes in the US. What should I do with them? Send them to Jamaica, to Bank of Jamaica to be changed out. David G, hi. All right, we're going down the line in the news, yeah? If you're not in Jamaica, I'm honestly not sure. Find a way to get them changed out before July 1 or keep them as souvenirs. All right, guys, so over the weekend, well, Thursday, a container of chickens washed up in Hellshaw, and Jamaicans flocked the container, grabbing the chicken like it was the last set of chicken on earth. And them grab it up. Yeah, you know, a lot of decent cars, new age cars parked up to run go grab the free chicken that washed up on shore. They don't know where it came from. They don't know how long it was at sea, but them run go grab it and cook it and yam it. But these are the same people who say, oh, I'm not taking a COVID vaccine coming in our night and them a try kill we off. And you don't know if some people from some different country send one container of chicken come out of a poison and track and sick off and spread disease, but you don't run go yam it. But the COVID vaccine, but a vaccine in general you don't have strength for. I wanna love freeness, so. No, for true, they love them belly for true. Love them belly for true. You avoided the vaccine because you don't know what's in it. But a strange container washed up ashore with chicken and a run go take it up for name it. Oh no, hey. Anyways, the Ministry of Agriculture is urging the public against consuming, selling, or distributing chicken products that washed ashore in a shipping container along the Hellshaw coastline in St. Catherine. The container washed ashore on Thursday, April 3. The Agriculture Ministry says the chicken, labeled under the Brazilian brand Perdix, was not intended for the Jamaican market. It says it has confirmed that the container fell from a vessel while in transit to the Cayman Islands. Despite this, there have been widespread reports of looting by members of the public. The chicken meat does not meet Jamaica's safety standards and has not received the necessary import permits under the Animal Act. Anybody name this and get sick or anything happen to them, like me legit don't, me not sorry for them, like me not gonna care. And apparently from last year that it is alleged that this container has been on a journey since 2024. Yeah, if it good for Cayman, it good for Jamaica. No, because you don't know how long it was ashore. You don't know how long the chicken, you don't know how long the container fell overboard and was floating at sea. So how can you say that? Then when them get sick, of course, I'm gonna blame Andrew and blame Christopher Tufton and say, oh, no, can't get a hospital bed, me the hospital from morning, can't get through, government slack, Andrew this, Christopher and that. One of them cause it upon themselves. Love them belly, name too much. Love freeness too much. Holy mindset, sear back. No, them people, no, them Jamaicans love freeness and them love them belly too much. You don't know where it came from. You don't know what's in it. But you run go take it up. You park your car on road and run go down there go grab it. Like you're starve. Well, maybe some of them were. And go name it. But oh, I don't know when I vaccine, I not take it. Government I try track we, government I try kill we. And you don't know if the government where you talk about I try kill you with them chicken, yeah? Licky bad. Anyways. Anywho. Them lucky. Anybody gets sick from it, I care zero. I care. People if you have sense. The St. Andrew South Police are working to identify a human torso found near a gully along Chesterfield Drive last Monday night. Reports are that about 9:30 p.m., passers-by discovered the remains and alerted the police. Upon their arrival, cops found a body missing its head, legs, and arms. The scene was processed and the body removed. The Hunts Bay Criminal Investigation Branch is investigating the matter. It's crazy. Yeah, I hear too many different things. Either way. A police constable remains in hospital on Monday after being stabbed by a prisoner at the Montego Bay Police lockup. It's understood that the policeman was conducting a routine check on prisoners in the Detention and Courts Division at the time of the incident. It happened sometime after 5 p.m. on Saturday. The constable was reportedly stabbed in the head with a makeshift knife. The prisoner has since been charged with wounding. All right, and we're going down the line and we're wrapping up. We're coming to an end. All right. Government Senator Dr. Elon Thompson is welcoming word that renovated operating theaters at the Kingston Public Hospital, KPH, will be reopened next week. He made the comment in a release to the media on Friday following a multi-stakeholder meeting at the hospital. The operating theaters were closed following mold issues. The hospital has since conducted sanitization work to address the issue. Opposition spokesman on health, Dr. Alfred Dawes, has criticized the government for attempting to downplay the issue. However, Senator Thompson, who is also a former president of the Medical Doctors Association, is cautioning Dr. Dawes against poisoning the minds of the public about steps being taken to fix the health system. All right, a 7-year prison sentence has been imposed on a man who killed both his parents in Kristen Meadows, Portmore, St. Catherine, 3 years ago. The convict, Simeon Ramsey, had pleaded guilty to 2 counts of manslaughter by virtue of diminished responsibility. Ramsey, who was the subject of a number of psychiatric analyses, was determined to be suffering from schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. Ramsey, a teacher, stabbed his parents to death on February 4, 2022. Ramsey reportedly drove to his parents' house where he used a knife to stab them both to death. He then left the scene in his mother's Toyota Axia motorcar, which he crashed in Dunbeholden, St. Catherine. Jano Star. Why am I don't know? And murders are down by nearly 36% since the start of the year. That's according to the latest statistics from the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF. The JCF's crime data show that 191 homicides had been committed across the island up to April 5. That's 107 fewer than the 298 murders recorded in the corresponding period last year. The figure represents a 35.9% decline in homicides. Meanwhile, the shootings have declined by 26%, coming in at 209 up to April 5. Rape is down by 57%, while robberies declined by 7%. However, the JCF says break-ins have increased by 26%, coming in at 296. In his weekly address to the organization in the Force Orders, Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake revealed that Jamaica recorded the lowest number of murders in more than 25 years. He highlighted that the first quarter of 2025 marks the 6th consecutive quarter in which murders have declined. Commissioner Blake also noted that the first quarter also saw the most significant drop in major crimes since 2001. According to Dr. Blake, the reduction is a result of continued investment in intelligence-led policing, technological upgrades, and strategic partnerships. Who is Abigail? All right. The Ministry of Health and Wellness is The Ministry of Health and Wellness is repeating its call for Jamaicans to get vaccinated for yellow fever and show proof of vaccination when traveling to and from affected countries. This against the background of an increase in human cases of the disease for 2025 in countries in the Americas. The Pan American Health Organization notes that between epidemiological week 1 and 12 of 2025, 131 confirmed cases of yellow fever in humans have been reported in 4 countries, of which 53 have been fatal. The cases have been reported in Bolivia, Brazil, Colombia, and Peru. The ministry says it will continue to undertake surveillance at the ports of entry for persons arriving from these destinations. In a statement on Monday, Chief Medical Officer Dr. Jacqueline Bisesa-McKenzie says yellow fever is an acute illness caused by the yellow fever virus, which is found in the tropics of South America and Africa. The virus is transmitted by the bite of infected mosquitoes such as Aedes aegypti, the same species that transmits the chikungunya, dengue, and Zika viruses. Dr. Bisesa-McKenzie says as a Class 1 notifiable disease, suspected yellow fever cases are to be reported to the Ministry of Health and Wellness within 24 hours on suspicion by a healthcare professional. The Health Ministry says yellow fever vaccines are administered at the Slight Pen Road Comprehensive Health Center in Kingston on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. and at the Montego Bay Type 5 Health Center in St. James on last Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The ministry advises that the vaccines be administered at least 10 days prior to travel. The shots cost 1,500 Jamaican dollars. So guys, the Ministry of Health is advising y'all to get vaccinated against yellow fever. There have been some confirmed cases in the Americas, and 53 of them have been fatal. And the cases have been reported in Bolivia, Brazil, Colombia, and Peru. And remember, the travel influencer, them love travel go Peru and Colombia, you know. So get vaccinated against yellow fever. And please miss me with the we don't know when I vaccine, government that try kill we off, blah blah blah. Yeah, miss me with all of that, please. Simple, good night. All right. All right, let's see. JS goes. Not like that. Alright, let me refresh to see. If we missed anything. Oh no, I'm accidentally closed a tab when we did want keep open. Alright guys, that is it. Daniel Fletcher, good night. Lashley Gale. Guys, my feet are on fire. Like, my feet are killing me. I'm gonna even eat my dinner. Plus, more on sleep. So, I'm gonna go left on a note. Thank you for tuning in. I will, for the YouTube folks, I will catch you in the morning for our usual chit chat around 6:30 when I get to the office. And yeah, I cooked from last night, so I have enough to eat for dinner now and to take for lunch tomorrow. Golden King, hello. Daniel, I look sad. No, I'm not sad, I'm tired. Oh, fun fact, I didn't know I have brown eyes until I was 11 years old. I was in grade 6 when my big brother, who was in community college at the time, saw me and looked in my eyes and said, "You have brown eyes." And I didn't know that I didn't know I had brown eyes. Yeah. Jasmine, hey girl, hey. Golden King, thank you. All right, so guys, there's a video on my YouTube page. I posted it on Saturday, I think, of my second check-in with some mission patients. For the newbies here, I have a heart foundation, and we're part of a partnership that sponsors needy patients with free heart surgeries. And between March 3 and 7, we sponsored 9 patients. So 9 patients got free heart surgeries courtesy of our mission. And so they are having their first post-op clinics. I did the first check-in last Friday, and Friday gone, and the Friday before that, some patients had their checkups, and I went to check in on them and do a little feature on how they're feeling now compared to before surgery and all of that. And the one I did Friday, one lady got emotional when she was saying she's so grateful. She's grateful she's alive for her son and her grandkids. She said she's so happy to be alive for them. And she spoke about how she couldn't pee standing up. She couldn't pee, she couldn't pee standing up. The whole female thing when we stoop over the toilet to pee and whatnot. Yeah, she couldn't pee, she couldn't walk without being out of breath due to her heart issue. One young man, he was so sick, he almost died during surgery, but the doctors worked their magic and he's okay now. Even his complexion has changed. He's getting more oxygen to his brain now that his heart is better. So yeah, we're doing life-changing and life-saving work. Superman and Batman not have nothing for me, friend. I'm out here save people life. Yeah. Yes, I read the chicken story already. Yeah, so, and I'm currently planning for my next blood drive, which will be September 27. I had a meeting with my team this evening. We're in our planning phase to make that blood drive even bigger and better than the previous ones we've had. To date, we have had 12 blood drives, and we have collected over 300 units of blood, which have saved over 1,000 lives. I tell you, say Batman and Superman not have nothing for me. Telling us that them not nothing for me. Jasmine, yes, I'm living in my purpose. I have no doubt what my purpose is. Like, God has shown it to me multiple times, and he sends reassurance and reminders every time I even think of doubting it or questioning it. He sends reassurance, he sends reminders through different people or different mediums. Yeah, it was written in the stars. It was written in the stars. This is my purpose, and I have no doubt about it. And everything that has happened in my life since I was a child, and especially since 2012 when I did my first heart surgery. And to date, I've done 5. Between 2012 and 2019, I've done 5 heart surgeries. Everything that has happened in my life since then, all the complications and everything, had been preparing me for this, living and walking in my purpose. Yeah, there were times when I had to take bold steps to walk fully in my purpose, which included walking away from my corporate government job. Yeah, I walked away from that so I could have more peace of mind, more freedom, and more flexibility to focus on my purpose and my foundation, you know what I mean? Nothing and no one will stand in the way of me and my purpose, yeah? So when men tend to ask the question, oh, so you now have a child, yeah, woman supposed to breed and have kids, blah blah blah. My sole purpose on this earth is not to have children. Yeah, having kids is not a requirement to being a woman or a requirement to get to heaven or some shit. Having kids is a choice, and I will exercise that choice when I am ready. Yeah? And if I also don't want to exercise that choice, then yeah, that's nobody's business. Yeah. What do your reassurances and signs look like? So, for example, one time I was really wondering, I was like, is this really my purpose? Like, or is my purpose to use my degree in communication and be a public relations manager in some government organizations, or some communications coordinator for a government minister, you know? And then boom, out of the blue, I'll get a message from somebody from Netherlands or Malaysia or Saudi Arabia to say, hey, I found your page on Instagram. I have the same disease and I'm scared, but looking at your page, you give me so much hope. Or somebody would message me and say, hey, I came across your story on Simsoul Sessions or on the Yendi Show, or I see a post on Instagram and I was about to unalive myself and your story made me change my mind. And it's something like that. It's always something like that. Fitzroy, thank you. I will keep up the good work. Through this mission to date, between 2019 and March of this year, we have assisted 53 people with free heart surgeries. That is over $90 million worth of heart surgeries that we've done. Free of cost to the patients. Yeah? Patients don't have to pay a cent because them not have it. Them not have it. Yeah? Yeah, them not have it, so we'll find it for them to save them life. Again, heart disease is the leading cause of death in Jamaica, and a lot of people die because they cannot afford treatment, or they have signs and symptoms and they cannot afford screening. They can't afford to do the necessary tests to get a proper diagnosis. So a lot of people end up dying that way. Power saw, good night. Yeah, when God moves, Jasmine, I'm telling you, trust me. And I see it and I feel it, like I just know, when you know, I just know that this is my purpose, yeah? Also, whenever I'm doing work for my foundation, I get so much joy and fulfillment. So like Saturday gone, I had a rough week. I was tired. I could have stayed in bed because rough work week, early mornings, late nights. And Friday, I was at UWI Hospital for more than half of the day, meeting with the patients and getting their interviews to do the feature. So I was at UWI Hospital Friday. And Saturday morning again, I got up out of my bed early. I could have slept in. I was having a headache all week. But I got up out of my bed early and drove from St. Catherine to UWI Hospital again to do another feature. And I got so much joy and fulfillment doing all of that. I get no greater joy and fulfillment doing anything else. Just saying. So even when I was driving from the hospital, I was smiling and I was saying, God, thank you. Thank you for this purpose that you placed on my life. I am honored and I'm grateful to be chosen to be doing your work. Yeah, because of this purpose and because of what I'm doing through my foundation, I'm afforded certain opportunities that the regular man can't get. So Saturday, I was in the operating theater at UWI Hospital for over 3 hours watching my doctors perform open heart surgery. And I could record it. I could ask questions, you know. But I went there to do a feature on 2 medical students because in 2019, I lobbied my way into a meeting with the Prime Minister and I shared the challenges of our cardiac care sector with him. And one of the challenges was that there was a need for perfusionists, somebody who controls a heart-lung machine during an open heart surgery. And I shared the challenges with him, and this was 2019, and then by March 2020, he announced in his budget presentation that because of me, the government was offering 2 full scholarships for perfusion medicine. And so those 2 scholarship recipients are in training now. COVID held them back a bit, so they couldn't start studying during COVID and all of that. So I think it was 2023 they started studying. They started training, and August of this year they will complete their training and they will be the new perfusionists at UWI Hospital. And that's because of my purpose. How can I doubt that? So I went there to do a feature because I'm going to do a mini feature to show, you know, to remind the public that, hey, I did this, the Prime Minister did that, these are the scholarship recipients, and this is what they do, and this is how important their role is in the world of medicine, especially in the world of heart surgeries, and that when they're done studying, they will add value to the cohort at UWI Hospital. So that's why I went there to do that on a Saturday. Left me yard, bun gas, pay toll, go do that. And I had no complaints, I had no issues doing it. I got a lot of joy and fulfillment doing that. Also, all the plans that I have for my foundation, I cannot wait to execute them, and I will be happy executing them. I'll be happy making a difference, making an impact. Also, sometimes I forget that I have a Prime Minister's Youth Award for Excellence in the category of nation building. So you'll see me have nation builder in my IG bio. It's not there for fun or decoration. I'm a nation building awardee. I'm also a lifelong ambassador for the National Blood Transfusion Service, and they named me a lifelong ambassador because I just take it upon myself to help them get blood, because blood always short. So I just took it upon myself, and my team say, yeah, we're ready to help. And we do regular blood drives. Between 2019 and 2022, we were doing blood drives every 2-3 times for the year. But since 2023, we started doing it once per year and doing it big. All right, let me catch up on the comments. Yeah, Jasmine, that's true. The reward, definitely. And in a video I posted on my YouTube and on my Instagram on Saturday, I made mention of the fact that I don't get paid. There's no money in all of this from me. Whatever I do through my foundation, whatever donations we get, I don't get a dollar. Sometimes money come from my own pocket to do foundation stuff. You know, every donation that we get, it goes to our initiatives to help people. So I don't do this for the money. The reward that I get is greater than money. When people look at me and say, I'm alive because of you, I changed my outlook on life because of you, I didn't bother to commit suicide because of you, I'm eating healthier because of you, I start to exercise because of you. Seeing and hearing those things, sweeter reward than money, to be honest. All right, let me catch up on the comments. The surgery's done. The surgeries were done here in Jamaica. Earl Maya, God is good all the time. The Lord told me also to start ministering to the people living in the streets. I crave your prayers. Okay, Carol, we'll pray for you. I inspire you. I'm happy to hear that. Kasik, my artist, Monsieur. Percy Johnson, why are you laughing? Were the free heart surgeries done overseas? If so, the free heart surgeries were done here in Jamaica, not overseas. Right here in Jamaica at UWI Hospital. Also, I want to highlight that a lot of people tend to undermine and underestimate the skills of our local doctors. On Saturday, I watched 2 doctors who are my personal heart doctors. They've done all my 5 heart surgeries were done. So the battery I have in my chest that's connected to my heart, those 2 doctors did that, yeah? And I stood and watched them take a vein from a man's leg. They cut his leg from his inner thigh down to his ankle. They cut his leg and take a vein out of his leg to put in his heart. I know that heart surgeries are done every day and it might seem like nothing to people, but I'm always left awestruck. I watch them along with the perfusionists, because the perfusionists, right? So what they do, they manage the heart-lung machine while the doctors are working on the heart, because they have to stop the heart while they're working on it at some point. So the perfusionist control the blood and oxygen going in and out of the patient, keeping them alive while they stop the person's heart to work on them. And I watch my doctor hold the man's heart in her hand and lift it up and put some under it and put ice around the man's heart to cool it down. And bruh, it's just amazing to see. Also, you know, with open heart, to put mechanical valves in people, usually they have to do open heart, as in cut the chest, yeah? But last month, they did a minimally invasive procedure where they gave the young lady just a small cut under her breast to put the mechanical valve in her heart instead of busting her chest. That's amazing. These things are being highlighted, so it's part of my purpose to highlight it. We're doing minimally invasive heart surgeries here in Jamaica. Yeah. So people who want minimally invasive heart surgeries don't have to bust them ass with flag off foreign go do it. It's being done here in Jamaica at the University Hospital of the West Indies. I think so. Yeah, they stopped the man's heart, like literally. I'm watching the monitors and the perfusionist was there with me and she said, okay, look now, they're going to arrest the heart. And them stopped the man's heart and I watched the heart rate monitor just flat line, meaning his heart was not beating. And the perfusionists, they were controlling that machine that kept the man alive while the doctors were working on his heart. And when one doctor finished cutting the leg to take out the vein and finish stitching up the leg, he had to go up top to help the other doctor, put the vein in the heart and all of that. I'm like, wow. The first time I watched a surgery from the beginning, when they put the patient to sleep and put the tube down the throat, and for the men they put a tube in their penis, and for the women they put something in their vagina for when the pee is coming out and all of that. And when I was watching it, I had to turn to my doctors and say, are them something I want to do to me when I sleep? Don't do it again. Don't do it. On a road. And I mean, if you tell me so, no wonder my throat burn me so whenever I wake up from surgery, put some big old hose down my throat, brother. Listen, the world of medicine is amazing, and I will never doubt the power of medicine, modern medicine and science. So when people always come and say, oh, stop spending money at the doctor and go see whichever herbal man and whichever bush doctor or whichever prophet or whichever pastor, make them pray for you and heal you. If I know your time to get healing, you're just not going to get it. The prophet could have prayed till thy kingdom come. It's not my time, it's just not my time. And I will never stop spending my money with my doctors who have been keeping me alive since 2011, unless Jesus Christ himself come down from heaven and stand up and looking at my face and say, stop spending money at the doctor, you're good now. My doctors have been keeping me alive since 2011, and they will keep me alive until I'm 109 years old. They'll help to keep me alive till I'm 109. So even for that woman that made a comment once that, oh, I had to do 5 heart surgeries because I believed in my doctors more than I believed in God, I'm gonna have to put her in her place nicely. Yes, I believe in my doctors. Yes, I believe in God. The two aren't mutually exclusive. I can do the two of them at once. I can believe in God and believe in my doctors at the same time. It's God who guide my doctors and give them wisdom. Some people get their healing through doctors. Not everybody get their healing by going to some pastor and make them rub olive oil on them forehead and speak in tongues and wrap sheet around them. Not everybody gets healing like that. Some people have to get up off of their ass and go a doctor, take medication, do surgery, and then something to make sure they're alright. So that, please, guys, miss me with the bullshit. When you see me or when you hear me and share my story, don't invite me on a church. Don't tell me figure whichever popular pastor or whichever prophet or Timbuktu. Don't tell me none of that, because I'm not going to do it. A lot of these pastors and churches nowadays is just for show. Even if I decide to go to a church to say, oh, I'm going to seek healing, from I reach at the door and see the camera them, I'm out. Because why am I going to go to you for healing and me stand up and you go talk my business in front of the whole church and figure post on Instagram make the whole world see it? I'm not depend that. I'm not depend that. So me alright. The birds are in their cage. Yeah, guys, so please no invite me on a church, or even if you not do invite me at church, nobody come invite me at church for the pastor try heal me. If God you want me get healing, he would have made me get healing already. My this is who I am, this is what I am. When my work is done, through all of this, God will heal me when it's in his timing. Me can't force healing. Me not run it down. When it is time for me to be healed, God will create the perfect conditions. He'll send me to the right person at the right time, at the right place. Just saying. And I also have a pastor. I have a brother who's a pastor. His wife is also a pastor. They're powerful ministers, strong in their faith. And I don't think God would make me walk past my yard where my brother live and spend money, take plane, go to Barbados, go see some popular pastor. What he must say in a theme prayer was different from what my brother can say in a theme prayer. But just I say, yep, faith without works is dead. Hi, party holics, how are you? Yeah, faith without works is dead. I have to get up every day, just a pray, pray, pray. God heal me, heal me, heal me. Or have the pastor pray for you. The source of prayer alone can't help you. You have to actually do something. Get up off of your ass and do something. You feel so if you're not eat healthy and you're not exercise, your heart just going to miraculously heal just so. All while you're going to continue nyamba and don't exercise. And I think that's how this thing work. Come on. Come on, make it make sense. A logic. Yeah, pray for healing every day. All while you're nyambad. You not exercise, you smoke, you drink. You nyam the fatty food, the bag of oil. And them something there. And you pray for God heal you just so. Come on. Let's make it make sense. Yeah, the human body is interesting, man. This is very interesting. Yeah, some people get the gift of healing, but not everybody may want to touch me. Not everybody want to lay a hand on me and pray for me. I know all of them would claim that them a prophet and healer and Christian are actually true people of God. That's why I say my gift is the spirit of discernment. And when God sees it fit, He will put me in the right place at the right time under the right circumstances for me to get my healing. If I'm to get healing, what if it's not in God's plan for me to be healed? What if it's His plan for me to live with a battery in my heart until I'm 109 years old? Hello, Lensworth and Michelle. Wisdom is a principal thing, yeah. Come on. Some people are running down things that are just not ordained for them. It was not ordained for their lives. You can't run down that. Maybe your pastor brother is a healer. I don't doubt that. Him cast demon out of people all the time. And he sees in the spirit realm and them something there. But if I him to heal me, when the time is right, God will make him heal me. If I'm to get healing, maybe it's not in God's plan for me to be healed from my heart disease or my lung disease. I'm trusting the journey. Everybody's journey is different. Maybe it's not a part of God's plan for me if I take up myself, got some popular pastor, for them video me, and for him push me down, and for them video me put all over Instagram, and then talk some fake things over my life, but then pick up in them spirits say me I walk obia or somebody a obia me or some bullshit like that. Yeah, me not depend them social media show business there. Oh, Michelle is going to have a baby tomorrow. I wish her all the best. I wish her a safe and complication-free delivery and a healthy baby. In Jesus' name. In Jesus' name. Yeah, all will be well in Jesus' name. Yeah. Alright guys, me go left for now. My head hot me. Me need to eat and me need to tidy and go on my bed. I also need to pack my lunch for tomorrow. So yeah, I'll catch y'all. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. YouTube folks, I'll catch you at 6:30 in the morning. You know the drill. And for the TikTok folks, I'll be with y'all 7:30 for the news tomorrow night. Alright guys, later. Me pop down, my body come down, me tired. Shh. Adios. Bye guys. Oh, if you're here and you've not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. If you're here and you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. Click my profile picture right here. It will take you to my TikTok profile. You see the link in my bio. It takes you straight to my YouTube channel. Click subscribe. Thank you. Bye. Bye, guys.